EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. And off we go from Denver. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They go play action. Winston rolling to his left. And incomplete to open things up.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Off the play fake, Winston. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Setting up play action. Franks. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Franks, third down from the gun. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way.
Got a man that's caught inside the 10.
Showtime, baby.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the #1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. To throw again on second down. Winston. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Winston. This pass caught by Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll run it with Williams. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Play action now, Winston. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Jameis to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Off the play fake, here's Franks. Flushed out right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. These two teams all tied after one. First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Colts. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now Winston. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, their last 2 drives both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Franks. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running left, Taylor. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works, but he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
And he's got this down to the 35. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Jameis now on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Winston. And he comes back with one complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Winston now to throw on first down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Franks.
Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for first and 10.
Now Franks.
And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And that'll make it second and 10. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he returns this to the 22.
Keep playing hard. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the...
There he goes, right side. Past the 20.
You thought you had it.
Touchdown,
You thought you had it.
Indianapolis.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 24.
31, Broncos 7. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Broncos.
The first down throw for Winston. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Jameis again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
First down, Winston. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
From the gun, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal.
Williams.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on third and goal.
Williams again.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Javonte Williams.
With touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Broncos get a bit closer. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. Winston to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
The Franks looking to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a throw here to his running back. Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone tried to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Here's a diving catch right side.
To me, there's nothing like watching rookie effort in the NFL. So excited to be there. They're going to give you the max on each and every play, aren't they?
Well, he proved himself on that catch, that's for sure.
I think he may have proved himself to the point where he's going to get a second here.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Franks now to throw on 1st down. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
193 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. setting up play action. Franks.
Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Working out of the gun, Franks.
Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
To throw is Winston. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And some room to maneuver. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A huge play there for Denver. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Winston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And no thought of a return here for Hines.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 218 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now Winston. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Winston to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Winston. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Thinking back to 2015, didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen?